Well, hey everybody, welcome back, and welcome back to another Wednesday edition of Abandoned and Forgotten Places. Speaking of abandoned and forgotten places, look at this little cutie. How cool is this? Totally made with old growth timbers, all cut with a saw or an axe, put together just like that. I mean, it just has that beautiful, classic, abandoned mine vibe about it, doesn't it? Too cool. But that's what makes these things so darn attractive, okay? Because people roll up on something like this and they're like, what's in there? I gotta see what's in there. But truth be told, of all the abandoned mines that we document, these right here are by far the most dangerous. Because with these mom and pop operations, they didn't have a whole lot of money, okay? So they just used whatever they could, find around the area. In this case, they chopped down a lot of pinyon pine and a lot of the scrub brush and whatnot, just so that they could make the portal. And I would imagine that all of the support stalls in here are all old growth timber, etc., etc. Nothing fancy about this mine. They didn't have a lot of money to get it into production, and that's why all these years later, I mean, it looks like this. And any one of these timbers could just snap, crack, and the whole place would come right down on your head. Very dangerous. So what we have here is a 1916 mine, right in that era, I believe.
Yeah.
Do we know if it was gold or silver on this one?
It was gold.
Gold
Yeah,
mine.
This was a gold mine.
Gold mine. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to show you what's up here first. This is one of the upper levels. Behind the camera right over here is a vertical shaft, but it's a sarlacc pit. But on the other side of it, there is another adit that comes in this direction, straight towards this one, and I believe it's going to go in and intersect with those vertical shaft workings. So we'll go over there next to see what that's all about. And then, down in the bottom, there is a really cool cabin that these folks made for themselves, and it's still, for the most part, standing upright. I want to point the camera at that today, too. So yeah, we got some neat stuff to show you today. A very cool mom and pop operation. I think you're going to enjoy this one. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, first things first, lights on. As always, kind of a tradition with me. I never turn my lights on before I get the camera rolling. And let's work our way through in here, see what we have. All right, I got to set the camera down for just a second here. I'm kind of on my hands and knees. Actually, not more than kinda. I am on my hands and knees. All right, let me look at the condition of this first before I go any further. Wow. Yeah, you see all the juniper on the right-hand side that they're using to keep all that material back. I don't like being on my hands and knees in a mine like this, because if any of this comes down... Oh, we got a snake.
Snake.
Hey, there we go.
Is he alive?
Cool. Let me show you guys. Right there. You see him? Yeah, a little bull snake.
Alright.
Just a little bull snake hiding out here. Yeah. Let's get a real close, nice look at him there. There he is. Yeah. He'll be on your left-hand side, Laura.
Alright.
All right, let's keep going. Wow, this is classic abandoned mine. How cool is this? So up on the right, you can see remnants of dynamite boxes. So, yep, we're in the age of dynamite here. And this is what I'm talking about. See how this just failed right here? We got a bat. I'm also looking for more snakes. If there's one, there's usually more.
Is the bat awake?
Nice and easy through this section. Going slow here. Still on my hands and knees. All right. Did you see the snake, Laura?
Yeah, he was flicking his tongue.
Yeah. Wow, this is great. What a cool mom and pop we have here. I'm loving this. It's dangerous and all get out, but boy, is it ever cool. All right, here's our batty bat. All right, looking around this direction. There he is. Okay. So yeah, I see what they had to do. They had to put in all this support timbers and lagging, hold back the side so that they could get to the hard rock. And here we are, we're at the hard rock. And what's it gonna do? Well, it's gonna go down is what it's gonna do. What's it gonna do? That's it.
That's it.
Oh, bummer. Yep, all we got up here is our little, I can't see him, he's up on that rock there, but all we got up here is that little batty bat. Oh, there he is. Hey, go get Laura. All right, guys, turning around. Wow, this is neat. I do love this. Oh, these photos are definitely going to end up on Facebook. Hey. Turn around. Let's see a nice smile there. There we go. No.
The bat flew by my face.
Very cool. I want you to go first because I want everybody to see just how small and tight this is.
I was going to try and get a couple of photos too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we're going to take some photos for Facebook, guys. We'll be back. All right, there we go. Back again, headed towards the portal. I got Laura going first, so you guys can get an idea of size and scale on this. What a great mine. I love it. This is that, so you can see here is where the gobbing and lagging all gave away. That's why this fell in. Ow. Oh. Yikes, don't put your shin on a pine cone. Owie. That hurt. Alright, real slow going. There we go. Did you get a picture of Mr. Slithers?
He's coming out.
Mr. Slithersworth?
Yeah, he's right here flicking his tongue at me. Maybe he was going after that bat, but the bat flew out. Snake's right there, though.
Oh, yeah. Hey, how you doing? Aren't you the coolest little bull snake? Yeah. Or rat snake, or gopher snake. All right, we're going to leave you alone, buddy. Okay.
Did you forget your frying pan?
Here we go. Oh yeah, there's Mama. There's Mama's frying pan right there. All right. Okay, guys. Yep, we're gonna head over to the next one. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Right over there was where we just came out of, and over here is the vertical shaft I was telling you about. Let me show you it. Yep, we ain't getting down there, but I think we can get in at it from a lower level. We got to be careful when we're in there, Laura. You see that massive crack?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is getting ready to slab and fall down. Right down there. All right, so now the other one, get past this juniper tree here. Okay, where we're headed is right down there, so I'll pick up with you guys further down in the bottom, about 50 feet. See you down there. All right, here we are down on the level. Yeah, it looks like right here is where most of the working was taking place, right through here. Where Laura's standing, that's another vertical shaft, but higher up there is another adit. That's the one that I suspect is going to go over and connect with the other vertical shaft. We also have, looks like there was a sign here at one time. You can see up by that tree up there. So someone had something posted. And then down here, what do we have here, Laura?
It was just like an old jewelry box or something.
Yeah, is there anything in it?
Nope. It's
Nothing
empty.
inside, huh? I'll be darned. See, when I first saw this and I was coming down the hill, I said to Laura, that's more than likely one of those geocache things that people leave, but no, it's not. It's just a box left up here.
Maybe it had somebody's claim papers in it.
That could be. Yeah, that's possible. All right, turn it back around here. Let's take a closer look at this shaft. Yeah. Nothing left of that one, is there? However, if we go this way, I think we can get to the other one via this route. Let's go look. I'm gonna go down this way towards the shaft, and then back up this way. Let's see what it's all about here. Oh, yeah. Move that stick there. No, we ain't getting in this one.
No?
No, not without a bunch of digging. It's pretty pinched off. Yeah, we'd have to spend a considerable amount of time moving a lot of that rock. Pretty sketchy. Sure is. All right, so before we head back to the cabin, we're gonna poke around here a little bit more and make sure we don't miss anything. Then we're gonna hop back into Bob, and I really want to show you this cabin. Okay, we'll see you down there. All right, so you guys might be wondering, and I'm gonna attempt to address a few of your questions down in the comment section that I've read over the last few months, and let's kind of pool it all into one explanation. So why was there so many abandoned mines spread all across the western United States right after the Civil War all the way up to about 1930, 1940, in that time frame right there? Well, the reason is because back in those days, we had what was called the gold standard. And that means that all of the wealth in this country was entirely supported by gold and silver. Okay, what was in the banks, what was at Fort Knox, etc., etc. It was based on the gold and technically the silver standard of the country. Back then, we didn't do like what we do now, spend a whole bunch of money, then when you run out, you just print a whole bunch more. That's how you get inflation, and that's why the country is in the predicament that it is in these days. But back then, it was all based on gold and silver. So what you had is just a flurry of activity all across the western United States because it was just mining. And if you weren't a miner, you were a farmer. And if you weren't a farmer, then you worked in the cities, probably at a factory or something like that. But you had those three things to choose from. You could be a miner, you could be a farmer, or you could move to the cities, work in the factories, or various other businesses within the community. So in remote places like this, if miners couldn't get a job at the larger mines to bring in an income, Then what they would do is they would spread out and find a lot of these smaller deposits and put together their own claim and do their own thing.
Yep.
And that's what we've got right here, and that's why we call these mom and pop operations, okay? Separate from the larger operations like you would see in such towns like Tonopah or Goldfield or Belmont, yep, etc., etc. And I like these kinds of operations because they're very personal. They're very personal. You can look at all the clues and see all the work and the toil that went into these, like that adit we just came out of. Look at how much work went into that, to put in all the support stoles, put in the lagging, fill it all in, all the way up so they could get to the hard rock, and then nothing.
They weren't able to intersect, I guess, with that vein that was down below.
Days and days of work went into that, all for absolutely nothing. Now, maybe those other workings, of course, they were much larger. They were probably getting something pretty good out of there. I mean, just this cabin alone is a fantastic clue to let you know that they thought they found something really tasty. Otherwise, they wouldn't have went through all the trouble to build this. So that's what I want to do now. I want to give you the tour of this really super cool mom and pop cabin, and let's poke around and see what we can find. All right, let's start things off from this angle. So we have a bunch of cut timber. These almost look like repurposed railroad ties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, sure does. But in the older portion of the cabin, that's all old growth timber that's been harvested from the surrounding area. Now the stuff in between the ties, do you know what that's called, Laura?
Is it?
Starts with a C. No.
No.
It's called chinking.
Chinking, yeah, that's the term.
Chinking. You see it all over there, guys? Just to the right of Laura. That is it's a mud that's used to fill in the gaps, helps keep the warmth in and the cold out, keeps out the breeze. Today's modern chinking is like think of it like a caulk that can expand and contract as the wood does the same. Down here it looks like we had, maybe there was a fireplace or some type of a fire surround, because you can see the hole in the sheet metal there.
Yeah, wood stove perhaps?
Yep, wood stove. Here they put up a little bit of cardboard to help keep some of the wind out. But definitely, yeah, as you go through here, this is the oldest structure. Too cool. And I'm not seeing any square nails though.
No, they're all round.
All
so
round
far.
nails. Over here they had, look at the kitchen table. Of course, it's half buried with the roof right now, but think about how many meals were eaten at this table right here. And then they put this beautiful big picture window so that they could sit at the table and stare out right there. And then back in this area here where Laura is, of course, they would have had their beds, bed frames, bed rolls. Over here they had some shelving, and I can see more evidence of cardboard used for insulation. But again, all square nails and another window going out over here.
You mean round nails?
I mean brown nails. Support timber holding up the ceiling, but then the roof gave way with the snow load that occurs out here. Yeah. All right, let's step outside and look around the other side of the cabin here. Old kerosene tin laying down there on the floor. I can just picture those old timers sitting out here looking at the mine higher up on the hill, which where we just came from was right up there, not too far away. Okay, let's go this way. Hey Bob. Bob's doing real good. Everything's still performing perfectly. Still got that drivetrain vibration. We're gonna have to get that worked out when we get back to Arizona. All right, yeah, you can see that this was like an add-on. We have an addition, and then look at the old timbers, cut with a 2-man saw, and then rounded off with an axe, make it look pretty. Let's go this way. These places are so great to find, and they're just scattered all over Nevada. by the hundreds up in the hills. At least this one is still standing. The last place we explored in this area, that cabin was completely flattened. And there we go, looking at it off this way. Oh, this is interesting. Take a look at this, Laura. They had, there's these sticks that they have nailed in place. See that?
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at these branches.
Uh-huh.
They purposely nailed them. I wonder what, I think,
to help with the chinking, or?
it's to hold in the chinking.
Yeah.
That's what it was used for.
As you can see, some of them are still right up against it in here.
Yep.
I mean, there's some right there, and then to kind of support it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they laid that skinny branch to hold the chinking in, just like right over here. See that, guys? Right there. And somebody was nice enough to come out here and put up a brace to keep this wall from falling over. And then back around. Another look at this side. And there we go. All right, let's work our way back up to Bob here. My trusty Jeep. There we go. Let's set the camera right here, like so. That'll work. There we go. All right, guys. Well, that's going to have to do it for today's Wednesday episode. That was perfect. I love little sites like this. They're just so, I don't know, if you love this hobby as much as I do and have been doing it as long as me, you know, every place, I always tell Laura about this a lot, you know, every place we go has a different vibe.
Yep.
Some mines are really friendly, others
Not so much.
not so much. They feel like they want to kill you.
Yeah.
And then other mine sites like this one feel real like mom and popsy, like you could just go back 100 years and just sit down with these folks and just have a nice conversation and smoke a pipe with them. I mean, probably really good people, hardworking people, you know, they just eking out a living the best way that they could. And then you get into the bigger mines where it was just a full-blown operation, ran by foremen,
Yep.
ran by, you know, bossing people around. This is your job. This is your, you know,
Yep.
you can just tell, you can see all these clues, and they all paint a picture of these various mine sites.
Yeah.
Too cool. Absolutely love this hobby.
This area is, it seems like there's quite a few small mom and pop
Yeah.
operations. One you guys saw just a couple of weeks ago, there was a Wednesday that was in this area. I think it was the Jimmy mine.
That was the Jimmy one.
That was the Jimmy one.
That was the other mom and pop.
Another mom and pop. They're a little bit bigger than this operation, but
It was,
yeah.
but falling apart a lot more than
yeah, yep. That one was a little bit more not friendly.
lot more than this one.
Yeah.
I can tell you're still chewing on pine nuts.
Yeah, they're starting to fall. It's Labor Day, and we found a tree just up the road that the nuts are starting to fall. So now
Yeah.
Gly's gonna have to keep me collared. You know, wonder where I am.
See-
I'm over here harvesting pinion nuts. Don't mind
Yeah,
me.
just so you're wondering, you know, for us, today is September 1st. For you guys, it's a few weeks down the road. But yeah, the pine nuts are popping, and we've been just nibbling them on them.
They're tasty.
Oh, they're yummy.
Yeah.
They're yummy. I think I want to gather some up and do a little roasting tonight
Yeah.
when we get back to the RV.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was lots of fun. Thank you so much for coming along. We should have a pretty cool one for you again this coming Saturday. I think you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, we're still out here. We're still trying to find as many as we can before we head back to Arizona in October. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going kind of back into an area where, just real quick, I'll explain it to you. So when I first started the channel and I was doing all of this solo, there was a lot of mines that I bypassed simply because it was too dangerous, because I was solo, and back then I didn't have the kind of climbing gear that I have now. So we're going to be going back to that area and revisiting a lot of those mines. It's kind of goes against my don't revisit an old mine juju kind of a thing, but I really do. I want to go back and get a closer look at those and see if we can get inside. Arizona this winter is going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Okay, again, guys, thank you so much for coming along, and we'll see y'all again this coming Saturday. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.